chased me down, but I got back up. I don't really want to... I mean, he's not that scary, but at the same time, I don't really want to necessarily go toe-to-toe with him. I can get... Ooh. Dented blue helmet. Wait, did I pick that up? Oh, it's my helmet's cursed. That's unfortunate. What the? Found it. Oh. Where did I find it? The what? Amulet. Okay, I'm misreading things terribly. I don't know why that was so confusing to me. I read helmet. Challenges turn count high for console pride. I haven't seen Elliptic do bother with turn count in... I don't think he does. A tinted blue helmet. Oh, there's where it was. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, you know, watch it be there. That little strip right there. Oh well. It was nearby, to be fair. I guess I should have considered, okay, well, if it's not in the north, it must be in the south of where I am. Yeah, Elliptic hasn't done turn count since, like, back when he had the high score briefly in, like, 0.10. So I don't think he's... I wouldn't get your hopes up for that. He hasn't done... I mean, even then, it's like, obviously he possesses the ability to do it, you know, because he's done it in the past, but he hasn't done turn count in, like, since 16 versions ago, so it's not like... And he's not the most ardent of Che... Well, he does do Che games occasionally. Like, he's done one somewhat recently. Yeah, he did one just, I guess, you know... Oh, well, that's... on D1. Okay, yeah, so he doesn't do Che games very often. The last Che win he has is through the big turn count. Yes, we know Reese. My opinion, Sif should take over the meta. Maybe I don't want to do that. He's not that damaged, actually. Problem is, fighting him here is not, like, the smartest thing. Honestly, I could wake up Prince Ribbit, potentially. But I just don't have all that much MP left. I'd rather do, like, a Searing Ray. Well, I don't like that too much. There we go. So what do we want to do now? Some spell casting. Robe of Cold Resistance. No, he hasn't got nerfed. He'll kill you. Let's see what this amulet is. Very fun. All the good amulets here. Hey, there's for the big fans of... do I have anything? Okay. Oh, wait, I don't have... Oh, fuck me. I don't have, I forgot that I don't have... I thought I had a remove curse, but I don't have a remove curse. That is unfortunate. Well, I guess I'll be casting Magic Dart a lot. And Fulminant Prism. I don't know why I thought I had those skulls, but I don't have those skulls. On the other hand, I can grow a Ballisto now. I mean, I have 0 invo, but, like, what is my fail rate of these abilities? My fail rate of Wall of Briars is 9%, and I've literally just got Grow Ballisto this turn, so I would not, I mean, you would have trained invo at this stage. I wouldn't have started until I had a ability that could actually fail. I don't think it would have been correct to train invo before now. Now that I have this, it actually is probably a good idea to train invo, because Ballisto is really powerful. But I am still kind of failing with a few key spells, but I would, yeah, I would actually switch over now that you mention it, so thank you for the reminder. Because I could, I would like to not have 69% fail on Ballisto, because that's a really good one. I really want right now is to go ahead and find remove curse. What is this? Protection from fire. Probably don't need this, but well, in my defense, I thought I had a remove curse, but it turns out that I didn't. Ooh, goody, mutation. Oh, you meant something else? Okay. I mean, I am going to train invo in this god, just to be clear. Like, I will absolutely be getting at least 10. I will probably get a little bit more because the Oak Lobs scale well. But I won't go, like, insane or anything. I'm like, because I'm not really sure how I'll end up killing stuff. Like, will I maximally be using spells, or... Put on... Oh, so I can't put on my... Oh yeah, I can. Well, I may not need it. How's the Fedhas? I reworked Fedhas back in like 0.24, so it's a lot different now. Nope, you have like, you don't have to do all the crazy stuff to like activate it. You don't. We remove food in 0.26, so obviously that's gone. But even back in like 0.24 when it got reworked, you assume they have to invest heavy while really scaling like AVS works best. I mean, early invo is usually not that good on, like, it's just basically like if you have an ability that is failing at a fail rate that matters, or if somehow it is just really, its invocation's power is really important. But I'm trying to think of a god where, like, if I were worshipping Oka, I would probably train some invo just so I can hero without wasting a turn. But and Sif I usually do again just to make sure the fail rate is okay, so I don't waste some turns. It's pretty minor though, like maybe 3 levels and then 3 to 5 levels. If you're talking like long term over the course of the game, oh, I guess it just depends on what you mean. Like by the end of layer, I think it's usually a mistake to have 0 info on gods that have invocations, because why did you worship the god? A god that has nothing but bad invocations is probably just a bad god that shouldn't have been worshipped in the first place. Maybe there's exceptions to that. Obviously some gods just don't train invo, and that's fine. Nope, trying DCSS sounds amazing. But yeah, overtraining invocations, with Mach at 2-star only 5 to have mine, then I just skill Atheist early. Minor Demon is an outstanding ability. I wouldn't doubt you there. I don't think that there's no other ability worth training though. I'm trying to think. I don't think Fedhas' 2-star needs invocations right away for sure. For Ballistos, I think Ballistos you absolutely want, and you would want to be able to use it right away. So you should train it as soon as you get Ballisto, but that's again like what, 3-star? So depends on where you're drawing the line on training. Oh, train it preemptively, like you mean before you even get it? Yeah, I don't know that I ever train preemptively, honestly. I just don't bother, because the benefit of getting that ability immediately the turn you would get it at 2-star versus what you could have from training something actually usable right away seems like it's kind of dubious. Maclub even has an invocation before that's actually valuable. Obviously, and many characters are strong enough that you don't care. So it's like at some point we're talking about like, yeah, this is if it's like a streak, and if it's a character that's relatively weak. If it's a character that can do whatever, obviously you can do that, and you're not gonna have a problem. I would agree. But I generally don't train preemptively at all. But like, you know, like that's some of that's just like, yeah, it doesn't really matter either way because this character's gonna win kind of stuff. But if it's like a really scary character that could lose, like I could lose this VSCj probably, so I'm trying to be a little bit more careful. I also haven't played Crawl in quite a bit, so I'm playing really slow and carefully. That's part of it. But yeah, I generally don't train stuff preemptively like that. Yeah, it's really good. On the other hand though, if you're at Invo 0 and you can generally kill stuff okay, you're gonna get those Invo levels extremely fast. Like I got up to Invo 3 really fast. So I guess my question would be, what did I ultimately gain? Was I going to die from something the moment I hit 2 stars versus me dying to something before 2 stars when I'm relatively weaker anyway, and I'm dumping skill, I'm dumping into the skill that literally does nothing at the time. That would be my concern, and I guess that's why I don't do it preemptively. On the other hand, like there's a 1-star ability, so it's not nothing. It is actually doing something. So in Maclub's case, you can say it's not even preemptive, but alright, what am I gonna train? Spellcasting, Conj, Hexes. Yeah, going a null is a pretty good strat. I will agree with you there, Nope. I actually probably want spellcasting more here if I'm gonna do this. 6.0, something like that. That's probably too high, honestly. Probably should just train more Conj. Even though it costs twice as much, but we'll go with that. Everybody's favorite monster, the Phantom. Oof. When am I gonna get my remove curse? There, I got it. See? I'm used to running away from stuff a lot, having slow gains. If I get too started back, I'm probably doing fine. I should take advantage of the moment. Yeah, I find it, well, I mean, I guess I agree with that logic, but it seems to me that logic would more suggest not preemptively training, and just, like, if you, I guess, do you value max 1-star at all? Do you just not use it? That's one question I have. I mean, maybe you don't use it. I don't use it very much, I know, but then again, when I play Mac Club, it's always tended to be strong characters. I haven't played a weak-ish Mac Club character in a while. If you're using the 1-star, then you're not gaining nothing from it. Oh, like never? Yeah. So it's like if you're having to run away and having slow gains, I guess what you're saying is that you're surviving and you don't need the help of the XP that you want to dump into invocations anyway, is what you're saying. So might as well just dump it into invocations so you get this big power boost when that becomes available and just survive. And I can see the train of thought, but it doesn't sound like it's the best play for, say, a streak, because I'm more likely to die before 2 stars than after 2 stars. Just not speaking of where I put my invocations, but just in general. I guess I can take off my... But yeah, obviously most of the time it's not going to matter too much either way. I will agree that you don't want to overtrain invocations. Oof. You buffed auto training in the past. Oh, there's E-Bearing is talking about changing auto training for a better system, possibly. I don't know how strong this guy's going to be. Let's just try this. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have kind of a lot of EV for this stage of the game due to that ring, as well as decent AC for this character is. Look at this, I'm even killing Quokkas like nothing. They're nothing to me. River rats? Every type of rat. I'll take on any rat. I will kill any rat. If you're a rat in DCSS, come at me because I will destroy you. I don't even care about you. The Giga Quokka. Legends say the Giga Quokka. I guess at some point I could train dodging too. How we doing on that Mystic Blast? This is like a special. Oh, I know this vault. It's like a food vault. Don't really need to do this, but oh. Not really great at this new quiver quite yet. I actually don't use I don't use ranged combat so much that this is all kind of awkward for me to use the key. Magic dart is on D. It's reskinned. Reskins are underrated. Just a lot of palette swaps. That's all you need. You don't need to make new art if you do a palette swap. Yeah, if you're playing Moklub, you're probably doing a bunch of melees, so I suppose it's conceivable that you don't really have anything that's giving you very much returns, and certainly like if you're just getting a few levels of Invo, it's not much of an investment. I still probably wouldn't do it, but I think Moklub characters tend to be like on the super powerful side of characters anyway, so it kind of makes it more academic. But as a general principle for other gods, say that especially gods that don't even give you anything that has much influence or even exists at all, I would not train preemptively. Like I wouldn't train preemptively Fedhas Invo for like Briars, knowing now that it has a 6% fail rate at least. And even though Ballisto is really good. Did I? What is my Ballisto fail rate? 36. I actually will train up a little bit of Invo in a sec because 36 is a little bit high. It is a seriously really good ability that is going to save your butt in many a situation. I think at this point you have a better streak than I do, so I think you always did actually. 26. Okay, well, yeah, you have a streak mask because I don't really want to count the Deep Dwarf troll streak. I mean, it is a streak, but I don't know what your best like random char type streak is, but I think it's better than mine. I wish you could look up all like streaks of it cut off an N somehow. That needs to be an option for that command. Wow, look at those 4 consecutive wins. 20 plus, yeah, sounds about right. I'm not like especially good at streaking, unfortunately, like, you know, as far as like discussions about it. So there's a limit to. It's weird now that crawl has changed. So a lot of when I did my streak at least did have like the harder dungeon spawn system where spawns happened over time, and that has such a big influence on what happens early game, but it was also a streak over many versions. It wasn't like a streak over just a small set of versions because my streak was very slow. Elliptics was also over many versions, but that's more not he's the opposite of slow, but that's because his streak was so, like, you know, twice as long, over twice as long. Yeah, it's 34. It's longer than 34, actually. It was like actually 44, but he didn't count the melee bug wins. Although he's recently, yeah, he's recently improved that. That's what is he doing? Is he doing a bunch of? Oh, he did a Mofi. Yeah, he said he's not really trying. He actually has another streak going that is like that 34 streak right there. Um, but he doesn't really care. It's just he's been playing games and not hasn't lost. He said he started up that mummy because he was like, I saw that I matched my old streak. He's like, I started up that mummy hoping I would die so that he would have two 33 streaks. But he didn't get his wish because he didn't die. So I don't think he's super, like, you know, concerned about it to the extent that he was even concerned about the last one necessarily. I don't know how big of a deal it was to him. Probably not very. Okay, I'm not going to put on the ring. Hopefully I can start speeding up this game a little bit because I've been playing very, very slowly. Let's go ahead and get this up to... Let's go up to 5. 5 isn't that much. We need to get more fighting soon. Boots hype. Yeah, there's a question about how fun streak play is. It's definitely a way that can make playing like any of these challenge runs can be kind of like that. It's weird what I found with I'm like a very relatively incompetent in any kind of like challenge run. Like I've done turn count stuff way back in the day, but never really got anything that was like I got some personal chivos that were good and had a couple runs that were pretty competitive with the records at the time, partially, but they never finished. And they were now that's totally out of date because they wouldn't be competitive at all. But anyway, I never really got good at the turn count stuff in the sense of like actually being competitive, but what I found was like turn count was neat in that you could just start up another run and be like, whatever, I'm not too invested, I can just start over. But then there always comes a point in the run where you're just like, oh, this is actually going well and I really need to focus now. It's kind of like being on a streak where it's like it's not that many, so you're like, okay, I'm not that invested in it. But with turn count, it happens in any run that gets anywhere. With the streak, it just happens however far you are in the streak. So if you get to like 10, you're starting to be like, okay, this could turn into one. I really need to pay attention. Then every single game becomes this big focus. With turn count, it was like, holy crap, I got to the first rune, or I found my branch and my time is good and blah blah blah. I found the early good stairs and maybe some items, and you get a run like that, and then you're all stressed out. Some people deal with that really well, and obviously it comes down to just kind of practice. Soffer seems to have like nerves of steel, so it doesn't. He just always plays the same way. It doesn't even take him any attempts, but. Well, I guess what I was trying to say is those challenge runs can kind of take the fun away of the game to some extent. It's fun going for PBs, but it's also just kind of like a feeling of doing work at some point kicks in. Purple enchant weapon, that's right. What does Youth have for us? Ooh. Wand of Flame. Sorry, Youth, not enough of a temptation for me. I guess I should go kill Ijib. That wand from her.